What is up, guys? Welcome to the second episode of the Mando After Show. Um, we're back after an insane episode. Um, and I'm very excited to talk to you guys. Also, something very exciting is we finally got the 501st Battle Pack. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, obviously, you already knew that. But we got two 501st Battle Packs. I got an AAT today, so that's good to hear. But didn't even really intend for this to happen. But the Clone Wars happened to be a bit of a topic in today's episode. I'll just say that. If you guys have not seen the episode, I would immediately leave the stream, and you can join us once you've watched it, obviously. It's totally okay that you haven't seen it. I'm not mad or anything. I personally wake up, I do not stay up till 2. Uh, I don't stay up till 2, but I do wake up at like 6 to watch it, so. But yes, hold up, guys. I am going to quick get a little message out for the people on Instagram. Okay. Hold up. What is up, guys? We are live on YouTube right now. We're building some 501st Battle Packs, talking Mando. Don't swipe up. Go to the link in bio. It'll be like around here once you exit the story. But yeah, come join us. Okay. Boom, got that out. Let's go. Okay, so this is my first 501st Battle Pack ever. Um, I was unable to get one or any just when it first launched. I had planned to go to the Lego store. I wasn't able to get one online, and I mean, it's crazy. But I finally there were some that were on not Lego's website. What is it? Target. So I picked them up, and I also picked up an AAT from Best Buy of all places. Literally not a not a very not a common place you'd find. Why can't I talk? Common place you'd find battle packs. Also, I'm very confused at the moment because this has been a thing for a while, and I don't know what to say because I'm pretty darn sure that we something is like broken with YouTube because I don't know if you guys are getting notified because it's not popping up on my feed. Yeah, I don't know. But so if people join, they join. I mean, I just don't know. Like, it's definitely a YouTube problem I've seen. I know some other people have had problems with it. I also kind of completely forgot that there were droids in the set. Like, I'm about to get 4 droids, which is awesome. You can never have enough battle droids. I mean, there probably is a point where you have too many, but like, in my opinion, you can never have too many battle droids. This feels so weird to be actually building this. Like, I still remember watching that first video almost 2 years ago on the dot today. I mean, I think it's like next month. I think he made the video in December. Um, and is when Ryan posted the video summoning the 501st Battle Pack. Guys, can we just take a look at how amazing this figure looks? Phil, focus. Come on. Come on, stupid camera. Okay, it's not gonna focus, but I think you guys know that it is amazing. Also, I put some little Mandalorian theming. We got my Mando sets here. We got Baby Yoda, Din Djarin joining us. I might wait for someone to get in here before we start talking about Mando, but I also might just get into it myself because I need to talk about it. Just get it out of my chest because holy frickin' crap. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it, guys. Right here, right now. Bo frickin' Katan was in the episode. I don't know what to say. So 6 a.m. me. I you know, set my alarm. I hear it. I go. I don't want to get up today. I've done this the last 2 weeks, but I just didn't really feel. Um, I guess not necessarily energized. It just kind of the last episode didn't really do it for me, and I definitely don't think it was worth waking up at 6 a.m. for me. Um, but this episode, yeah, I just kind of was like, well, whatever. I'm already up. Might as well do it. So I wake up. Um, and I see the episode, and I'm like, what? I think it was only 35 minutes, and I'm like, oh no, they're going back to this again. Because I was so hyped because the first episode was like 53 or something, and I was like super hyped about that, and I thought all the episodes would be like that. And so I was a little bummed out. I was like, oh, frick, we're going back to the short episodes. And so I'm like, I mean, I think we'll see Sasha Banks' character, but I mean, maybe we'll see Bo-Katan. I don't know. I mean, I didn't have my expectations high for this episode. I thought she'd maybe be in next week's episode, but no, that is not what happened. So we are chilling on this water planet. I'll take Bo-Katan off the screen there so you guys can see what I'm doing. Whoops, didn't mean to put that up. Okay, so we're chilling on this water planet. I think it's called Trask. I'm a little bummed out um, that we didn't get to see, or it wasn't Mon Cala. I think that would have been a nice like little nod. But I mean, I do like seeing new planets. Like not every planet we see has to be, oh, look at this, oh, look at this, it's this planet. Like last episode, like everybody was like, oh my word, is that Ilum? And it wasn't Ilum. And I mean, I'm okay with that. I think it would have been cool if it was, but it just would have been like a nod to to the fans, and I don't want them to force that on us. But so we're chilling. Uh, Mando, the Razor Crest has been having a beating. So it's pretty much like destroyed. He gets this Mon Calamari dude who's like, yeah, I'll fix it. So in the meanwhile, we see Frog Lady reunite with her husband. Pretty hype, not gonna lie. um, it was just kind of like, oh, okay. I don't really care about this Frog Lady. I'm sorry. I mean, it wasn't like horrible. Like I don't know. But yeah, so you see them reunited. Baby Yoda, kind of looks at Mando, kind of thinks he might eat the eggs after because the dude you could tell the dude had a look on his face like, where the frick did our children go? Um, so then they talk. They go to, I think the next thing is they go to like a bar or like a cavern or something, because the dude's like, hey, yeah, I know this guy who knows Mandalorians. He goes up to him. He's like, yeah, they're on the other side of the planet or whatever, and so it's like a 4-hour boat ride. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if it was a 4-hour boat ride, but basically he gets on the boat. It's a Quarren, by the way. I mean, I love seeing that. I mean, Quarren are awesome, especially seeing them in live action. And so they're chilling on the boat, and then the Quarren, it's like a fishing boat, and he like says, Mando, like, come check this out, and he wants him to check out like a. It's kind of like, I don't know what the word. It's like, I don't really know because it's where they put the fish and they like feed their monster, but I don't know why the monster's underneath the boat. But he's like, hey, come check it out. She hasn't been fed in a while, so she's gonna like eat the food like super crazily or something. And so I'm sorry, Mando's kind of gullible. I'm not gonna lie. So he walks over, and as soon as he walked over, I was like, oh yeah, he's getting pushed into that thing. But instead, something even worse happens. Baby Yoda gets pushed in his pram into the frickin' pit and is just gobbled up. It's just the monster just ate the frickin' child. And so I was like, what the heck? And then Mando gets pushed in there as well. And I'm like, oh my word, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And I'm just like so freaked out. I'm not even thinking that Bo-Katan or somebody could fly open. I'm like, what are you doing? Because Mando doesn't even try to go save the child. He just like runs around, or he just tries to break out of his little underwater jail cell thing. And so then I think the first thing we hear is like a jetpack noise, And when as soon as I heard that, I was eating a bowl of cereal while watching the episode, and I like spilled the bowl of cereal, and I started like screaming, "Bo-Katan! Oh my word! Oh my freaking goodness! It's Bo-Katan!" and and she, I mean, her and the other two Mandalorians just destroy those corns. They had literally no chance. I'm sorry. They get destroyed. Then I'm like, I still, it does not feel real that we finally got Bo-Katan in live action. And, I've been talking to a lot of people who love Star Wars and are a little familiar with the Clone Wars, but they're not like fully invested. And they're like, oh yeah, I liked the episode. It was good. But for me and from a lot of people I've seen online, just if you are a Clone Wars fan, like this is so monumental because I mean, the Clone Wars, it's been a thing since that first film in 2008. And, like, we all grew up with the show, and we all loved it. And it's just, I mean, it's crazy how much it, and then obviously it ended sadly with Disney acquiring Lucasfilm, and we were all super bummed out about that. And there was no chance we were ever gonna get it. People were like, it was fun. I love the Clone Wars. It'll be a good memory. And then we at San Diego Comic Con, they're like, hey, by the way, Clone Wars coming back on Disney Plus. And so everybody freaks out, is super, super hype. Then obviously, earlier this year, one of the best parts, if not the best part of quarantine, for me personally, was the Clone Wars coming back. We got 8 great episodes, especially those last four. Those last 4 episodes of Siege of Mandalore are my favorite Star Wars film of all time, and I count them as a film, and I think that's what they should be counted as. But obviously, that's up to you. I'm not mad if you don't count them as a film. But so yes, then we get some rumors that Clone Wars characters will be popping up, and obviously the only Clone Wars character we've really seen was we saw uh, who? Okay, yeah, we saw Gerrera in Rogue One, which he was a pretty minor character in the Clone Wars, but it was it was nice to see him, and it was like, oh yeah, that guy, that's cool. And then obviously he pretty much dies as soon as he comes on screen, which is a bummer. And then we see him in Rebels, which is cool. But where it really why this is different is just because I mean there's a difference obviously between someone like Saw Gerrera and Bo frickin' Katan Kryze. And so yeah, so Bo Katan is in the episode and she immediately takes off her helmet because I was thinking about that when they like landed. I was like, oh wait, this is gonna be awkward. And so basically, it's one of the questions we've had since the series started. Like, hold up, we've literally never. Oh, Brick Pigeon, you gotta leave, dude. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it for you. I don't really know why you. Okay, that's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here. Okay, there you go. But basically, sorry for the spoilers, but I hope people, if you want to talk spoilers, you can. Basically, people, what am I talking about? See ya. Well, you can't even hear me because I'm muted. But where was I talking about? Bo-Katan. Oh yeah, she takes off her helmet, and that's one of the questions people have been wondering is like, so Mando's not allowed to take his helmet off, yet every single other Mandalorian that we've ever met, Boba Fett, Jango Fett, uh, Bo-Katan, obviously, Sabine Wren, all the Mandos in the Clone Wars, all the Mandos in Rebels, and the other Mandalorians have all taken their helmets off. Um, uh, And so, you know, we wondered why is Mando doing that? Like, I mean, we were all a little confused. Also, I do not like how there are so many stickers in the set, but hey, we got the set. I can't complain about it. Um, so then she says that Mando, she's with two other Mandalorians, by the way. Um, one actor, I can't remember his name. I know he's been in stuff that I've watched before. I just can't really think of his name. And so then obviously we get him and then Sasha Banks, which is awesome. She's just another Mando, the WWE fighter, which I think is it's very interesting how John Favreau is really I don't know if I'd say pioneering. That's not the right word, but he's casting very unique people. He's cast Gina Carano, who is an MMA fighter. He's cast Sasha Banks, who is a WWE fighter. Uh, he's cast Bill Burr, a comedian. He's got a good variety. Um, and then so yeah, and Bo-Katan, played by Katie Sackhoff herself, voiced her in the Clone Wars. She really brought a lot to that character in voice work, and then obviously she's a very good actress. I don't honestly think I've seen her in anything, at least that I can remember. She's probably popped up in a couple things I've seen before, but I know she was in Battlestar Galactica, and I believe she's in like a CW show or something. But yeah, so she was amazing. She looked exactly like the animated Bo-Katan, obviously, but in live action, obviously. Um, but so basically, she tells her that Mando or Din Djarin is a part of like a I think they referred to it actually as a cult that broke off after the Purge, which we still don't really fully know what the Purge is, but after the Purge, and basically wanted to go back to the old Mandalorian ways, which were like, apparently, like helmets on all the time, this is the way, all that stuff. And but, not a lot of, they were considered an extremist group. And so I find that that's a perfect, just a golden explanation for why Mando does that. And Mando says, "No, you guys are crazy. What are you talking about?" And and I'm sorry, Mando just gets owned by Bo-Katan in this episode because when he tries to say, "Where'd you get that armor?" She's just like straight up. She's like, "This has been in my family for 3 generations. I held the dark saber, led Mandalore, saved Mandalore." And you're gonna call me not a Mandalorian? So I thought that was kind of funny. A bit of dry humor in there. Um, and so then after that, Mando flies off, just leaves. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? But I mean, it makes sense because he kind of doesn't know who these random people are, and I mean, how can you really trust them if you're the Mando? I would trust them with my life because Bo-Katan is amazing. Um, but so they leave. Then Mando gets kind of cornered by some other corns. They fly down again. Bo-Katan has a great one-liner. You guys have to watch it to see it, and just destroys all of them with the other Mandos. Uh, and then after that, what does she do next? I'm trying to think. Oh, they say they want to steal this freighter, Gazanti class, which, by the way, the visual effects were stunning. Sorry about the camera shake there. The visual effects were stunning in this episode. Like, the Gazanti looked literally like real life. Obviously, it's Star Wars, but it looked so good. And so the Gazanti was nice, and so they get onto that, and there's a ton of stormtroopers on it, and they just destroy them. I'll pop up a little bit of a picture for you guys here. Okay, well, there's obviously Bo-Katan right there on the ship, and it just looks. Kay Sakharov looks amazing as Bo-Katan. And then we've got just Bo there, and then here is the trifecta. Actually, I'm just gonna show this one. This is the best one, I think. But yeah, so Bo-Katan just destroying people left and right, just taking them out. It's so dope. I'm screaming this whole time. I hope you guys realize that, right? The Clone Wars fanboy in me is just going off. So yeah, I was screaming the whole time. But yeah, so then we get finally, after 2 episodes of waiting, we get Moff Gideon, and he basically calls the dude, and the Imperial officer, who again is another actor. I can't think of his name, but I know he's been in a lot of stuff. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" There's a little bit of an incident. The Mandalorians are back. And I am a little surprised that he didn't, because he says, is it the same group of, people from last time? And I kind of expected him to say, yeah, but there's another person with them, or there's another Mandalorian with them, and then Moff Gideon has a realization that it's Din Djarin. I think that would have been a nice little connection. But at the end of the day, it's not bad. I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was bad or anything. But yeah, so I mean, uh, basically Moff Gideon says, "Hey, you know what to do. Take the ship down," because they're trying to steal these weapons from the ship. And he kills the other two pilots, gets in the cockpit, drives the ship down to the ocean, and that really shows the ruthlessness of the Empire, which I did enjoy seeing that because, we've seen the Empire dark, and I think Rogue One was our best depiction of that, and obviously we've seen it in books and comics, etc. But we really haven't seen like a dark, like a dark Empire. And then he actually gets cornered by Bo-Katan, and she's like, "Where is the dark saber? Does Gideon still have it?" And I'm like, "Oh my word, she's getting the dark saber back, and she wants to take Mandalorian back, or actual Mandalore back. Sorry, I cannot talk today." And so he's like, "Yeah, he has it," and then he takes like a Star Wars cyanide pill. So basically, like, commits suicide, but like, I guess for the better, like for the Empire. And so that was kind of insane. Again, more Dark Empire stuff. And then they save the ship, and this is the part where, I mean, I was already losing it at this point. Like I told you guys, I was just dead. And then he goes, "So where can I find the Jedi, Bo-Katan?" Mando says that. And she says, "Go to, I can't remember. I don't think it's a planet we've seen. I think it was Corvus. Maybe it was from, I think it was from KOTOR, maybe, Knights of the Old Republic. But then, so go to the moon of Corvus or whatever, and then there you will find Ahsoka frickin' Tano. And and obviously we've known since about March that Ahsoka Tano would be in the season, played by Rosario Dawson, and we've all been hyped for that. And I still remember the day I woke up. I woke up a little late. I'm checking my phone, scrolling through Twitter. Boom, Ahsoka Tano rumored to play. I check into who the rumor's from. Oh my word, it's from the Hollywood Reporter, and I just started running around my house, just screaming. I was so hyped. But that's beside the point. So basically, yeah, like we've known for a while, but I haven't really settled into the fact that she's actually going to be in live action. Because Ahsoka is top three Star Wars character for me. I mean, probably my favorite, but I don't know. It's very close. And so he says you'll find Ahsoka Tano there, and man, oh man, it's really starting to settle into me that we're actually getting Ahsoka Tano on live action. Part of me thinks it could be next week because they included that in this episode, and then part of me thinks it could be 2 weeks from now. The evidence to support 2 weeks from now is that Dave Filoni wrote the episode that is, I think, wrote and directed the episode that is coming out in 2 weeks. So it would only make sense that her live action debut would be written and directed by the guy who created the character. But that could change. Maybe we could see her introduced in the end of next week's episode, and then kind of get more development on the character as the next episode. So, I mean, I don't know, dude. I am just so happy that we're actually getting Ahsoka. And yeah, this episode is my favorite episode of The Mandalorian for sure. Literally, no questions asked. It's yeah, it's some of the best. Like, it's not only the fact that we got Bo-Katan live action. That's a major, major part of it because the Clone Wars means so much to me, and the fact that we're actually getting it in live action now is insane. Um, but it just the action was good. The directing from Bryce Dallas Howard was phenomenal. It's some of the best Star Wars directing I've ever seen. The writing is on point from John Favreau. The acting from everyone is good. Like I said, Katie Sackhoff good. You can feel the emotion from Pedro Pascal in the voiceover work when he basically is like when he's like, "You're not a Mandalorian," like you can just kind of, not necessarily fear. You can't hear the fear in his voice because he's not really scared, but you can feel kind of the, well, maybe they are right. Kind of like what are you talking about in his voice, if that makes any sense. So that I loved. Sasha Banks did good. I mean, she didn't really have a lot of screen time. If we're gonna be honest. But I think she did good. I don't think there's anything to diss her or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's so good. I loved each and every second of this episode. I haven't rewatched it yet. I will, I think, be rewatching it tonight after I build this other battle pack. But yes. So, sorry to say, guys, but I do have to go ahead and get off for tonight. I do think there's maybe a small chance we could get maybe a video tomorrow or a live stream because I think Eggy, Egghead, and I are gonna hang out. We might hit up the Lego store, get some more battle packs. So I'll let you guys know. Again, follow me on Instagram. It's the first spot below the like button. It's in the description. You'll be able to see my Instagram, Twitter. That's where I give a lot of updates. But yeah, Fire First Battle Pack, I like it. Just gonna throw that out there. But yes, so get super hyped because Mando is back and it's better than ever. But yeah, so I thank you for watching. If you did, if you didn't, that's okay. There weren't really anybody here, but that's a bummer. Again, YouTube's notifications are weird, so I think that's definitely a part of it. Um, but yeah, again, guys, I promise the content is coming. It's just been a lot, and I said a week and a half ago, I think now that I would be getting content out, and I'm glad I've been doing this. This feels good to do, and I am hoping to get some more content out. Maybe Vader's Castle, episode 2 here in a couple weeks, hopefully. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all.